Mm. Hello. I'm having a little snack right now. And usually, now I'm enjoying apple, this small one. I'm enjoying it. Anyway, it's June 16th, it's Saturday. Um, like last night, I got home late. I have no computer. I woke up at 9 o'clock, prepared myself, had a shower, a little breakfast. My, what you call it? Cereal. Then, since I have no Mackie, I watch the TV first, see some shows and everything, and then um, I prepared myself, went to the other house, and asked Robert like can I take the truck, and then I thought Steve was already in the warehouse because the van wasn't there, so I said I have to go first to get my bag that I left in my student's house at down in Belvedere area, west. So I drove there and I waited for them because they were out and they had a medical mission. And I called Miss Emma, and Melissa answered and saying that I forgot about that. So her aunt, or maybe I call her aunt, came back with Paolo and to open the door, and I got my bag. So I have my Mackie right now, sitting to me. And then I drove to the warehouse and thinking like, where's Steve? And I just realized that he went to a night out with his friends in down in Miami or in Hallandale, and he stayed overnight there because he's asking for me to drive him back. I said like I have some other appointments last night, so I couldn't. So he stayed there. So what I did, I just stayed in the warehouse, and then Robert came, and then we decided to have because this was kind of late already, almost 11 o'clock. I said, hey, there's a promo for the Crazy Buffet. So the two of us went already have a brunch down in up in Crazy Buffet in Palm Beach Lakes, and we were calling Steve, and he said they're planning to go to Machu Picchu by June with the girls. So Robert can say no for that. So the Crazy Buffet, we enjoyed our lunch. I had this pigs in the blanket there. I had the sushi, the sashimi, and I had the sashimi there. I had the soup, a miso soup, and the udon noodles, which is freaking awesome. And I had like desserts as well, and I'm freaking full at the time. So after that, we went back to the warehouse. Andy came because he was the one to do the setup at the St. Regis, and he was like, "Oh, I have to do this," because he already had the setup for the mini palms, but they said it should be like less than a feet. So we decided to change just in case. Bring another another glassware or something to make it shorter in case they don't like the arrangement. So that's what happened. Um, Andy, as usual, brought so much stuff just in case something happened, and then he left early while I cleaned the warehouse, and Robert had to go somewhere else. So I started arranging for some flowers for the playhouse, and because I'm gonna watch the Foreigner tonight, this night, and I made another arrangement for Jody and the cast, and then made another arrangement for tropical arrangement for Peter, and then after that I cleaned everything and drove back home. But the truck needs some gas, so I went to the gas station and got a text message from Robert saying, "We forgot the Symbidiums, right?" So of all the preparation for Andy's event, for our event that Andy's bringing, he forgot the Symbidiums. So Andy had to buy some flowers outside where we have some Symbidiums already. So Robert like, here we go again. Anyway, so I put what do you call this? I put gas and then I went straight for to the playhouse because I have so many arrangements. I brought one arrangement, arrangement that was supposed to be that is for the front. I mean, to the theater itself, to the ticket booth, the will call. So I placed it there, and then and they started preparing already. The street for the J Street was K Street was closed for St. Patrick's Day. So I just parked somewhere and quickly left because I know other cars might come out and having a hard time to go out because I'm blocking them. So I drove home already, had my shower, prepared myself, and then I just walked back to the playhouse carrying those arrangements for the cast. I went in the backstage and saw Jodie there and showed the flowers, and I also made some arrangement with the sugar candies and as well as the chocolates. And Jason said like, "Oh, is it Louis there? I'll make sure we have to avoid him or something." He was joking, and he saw me. So Jason Lidingman, who was my castmate for King and I, was there. He was one of the lead actors, and Jodie was there. And then I know Daniel, and I wish all the cast, break a leg. And we watched. I waited for Peter Spinelli outside, and we watched Foreigner together, and it was freaking funny. The setting itself was freaking awesome. It's like, you can imagine, like it's like a real house that you're staying. It's a nice setup, and it was a funny thing because it's a story about this, and I feel like they were in Australia because they speak like in Australian accent, bloke, like hey, they might something like that, but they're in Georgia, and Jason, I mean, as character as Charlie there, is a fan of Foggy as David Zaid, and he's a military, and he asked him to stay there in the house because he found that Charlie has found his wife is playing with so many guys, and he couldn't speak that much because he's, I don't know. Then suddenly, Jodie as character for Martha, I think, or Mary, he haven't seen a foreigner, so since he doesn't speak much, Foggy said this is he's from different country, so that's the start of the joke. And then Daniel had an ad lib saying to Jason like, "Oh, what, you know what? You're like a Jewish boy, a Catholic boy, a Filipino boy." So he mentioned Filipino, like, oh my god! So every night they change the theme there, the ad lib there. So Jason told him to do that, so it was fun. And I met David, Eric, and most of the cast there were cast from Almost Maine, which I watched that too, and it was fun. And then I asked Jodie about the audition for In the Heights, and said they're trying to start already the rehearsal by May. So I'm hoping I'll be not confused, or they would allow me still to go on vacation to meet my brother if I'm able to make it for the casting. So, and I heard from Peter that they're planning to audition with one of the songs for In the Heights. So I have to study Peragua, because that's what Bubo told me I could fit in. So we'll try. And after the show, I waited for them and congratulated them. I met David Zaid, and then you told me about what happened. That Jason told me to say Filipino, and then Peter went. I drove with. I waited with Peter because like I said, I just walked. I went to my place and gave him the T-shirt. So the T-shirt for the Drowsy Chaperone was with him, and I gave him the tropical arrangement. We stayed here for a while, and he told some stories, and he showed me the pictures of Drew and him traveling to Orlando for an audition. All these shows for, and of show for the 1940s. And Peter's really proud of it about Drew, of course, his son. And it was nice. And I showed him also the video that Drew like Soul My Thunder was spraying in the dressing room during the Drowsy Chaperone thingy. It was cool. And then I got a check from GE Capital. I don't know why. Like a refund. So anyway, that's what happened to me today. And tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day. It's my day off. I don't know. I'm gonna set my alarm. Let me see what time I'll wake up. So, but I'll be seeing Dan by afternoon, and then we watch Animation Domination. So what's happened to me today? Thank you so much for following me. This is Louis saying good night.